Okay. What is your nighttime routine?
Honestly, not great right now. Usually it would be that I get the blue light out of my screens 90 to 120 minutes before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And the room's dark and quiet and all that kind of stuff. These days, pretty much since we've been in isolation, there's been a lot more late night TV watching or video game playing. And recently, the McDonald's that was across the street from my apartment has started getting demolished. They closed it like 6 months ago, and they're finally getting around to doing that. So my nighttime routine, I've been like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get woken up at 4 a.m.
Oh, dude.
Anyway.
What time are you trying to get in bed by?
These days, like 10. I'm trying to be there by 10. I'm very happy with myself if I'm actually there by 11.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, like, it's not a perfect system right now.
Yeah. I typically eat dinner way later than the rest of civilization. We eat dinner at usually between like 8 and 9.
That's not so bad.
And then it's usually same thing, some TV. What we've been doing lately, which I like a lot, is we have a TV in the bedroom as well. So at a certain time, usually, lately it's been like 10:30, we'll just transition our TV watching from the couch to the bed, and then we'll start to fall asleep and we'll turn it off. And we'll end up actually getting to sleep earlier than we would have otherwise.
Yeah.
So
we do something similar, and we switch from the living room to the bedroom, and then we put the TV on a sleep timer.
Nice.
And that way, if we fall asleep while it's still on, it takes care of itself.
Dude, what are you watching right now? Anything good?
Dude, The Office for the 9,000th time.
Nice. It's always a good choice.
Dude, I love that show.
Safe bet.
I started watching The Last Airbender, that old Nickelodeon show.
Nice. Never seen it.
I like cartoons.
I've heard that it's really, really good for a cartoon.
It is.
We just made it through 8 seasons of Letterkenny, which is amazing. In our defense, each season is like 6, maybe 7 episodes, and they're 20 minutes, so they go by really, really fast.
Right on.
But it's hilarious. You should definitely check it out. And
I will.
Anyone else who likes really over the top and stupid but super funny humor, you should definitely check it out too.
That is right up my alley.
Right? It was an easy fit for me. That's for sure. What's your morning routine, buddy?
Equally unusual right now. Before COVID and all that kind of stuff, I was up at 5:30 every day. And it was coffee and a protein shake and off to the gym to train people.
Nice.
And then after that, I would get my workout in and go on with the rest of my day. Right now, I'm not seeing morning clients as frequently because they're all either in-home visits or they're just later in the day.
Yeah.
Since no one has to go to work anymore.
Yeah.
So it's kind of all over the place. I still end up getting up 6-ish, between 6 and 7 most days.
Yeah.
And then like 1 or 2 random days a week, I'll sleep till like 8:30 for no reason. And that's not so great.
Yeah.
It kind of messes up my day, but I'm working on it.
Gotcha.
What about you?
I'm usually same here right now. I don't have a lot of, well, I'm just not an early morning trainer anyway. I'm always really busy. I'm my busiest in the evenings. So I try to condense my day to like mid to late morning through the evening. So typically my first client right now will be at the earliest 9 a.m. And I'll be up usually 2 hours before that first client. So if my first one's at 9 a.m., I'll be up by 7. If I don't have a client till 10 a.m., then I'll be up by 8, usually a little bit before. But yeah, and then I beeline for the shower and then beeline from there to my coffee maker, boot up my laptop, get some work done, sip on some coffee, and then, yeah, throw together a protein shake, whatever else I need for the day, head to the gym, train my people. And like I said earlier, my personal workout usually doesn't get done until later on, like 2 p.m., middle of the day. Yeah. So, yeah, that's nice. It in a nutshell.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. Usually I always give myself that 2 hour buffer before my client. but I will absolutely sleep in an extra hour whenever I can.
Yeah,
sure. It's not that routine. Why do you drink shit coffee?
Well, so here's the deal. I don't think Neil drinks shit coffee anymore. I remember, like a couple of years ago, you were doing this scoop in, stirred up Folgers.
I sure was. For a minute there, I was.
I just do the regular. I don't like coffee. I only drink it for the caffeine in it because I've worked myself into a caffeine hole.
Yeah. It's purely functional coffee.
Dude, it all tastes like burnt garbage to me, and I don't know if that's just because I'm unsophisticated swine, which is possible. Or if, like, I don't even know if there's another option, but, like, I just don't like coffee. It's a warm thing to put in my body, and it wakes me up.
Yeah. If I'm just drinking straight black coffee, I would tend to agree with your assessment. Like, I do like the flavor of coffee. Like when I mix up my morning coffee, which is usually just like splash of almond milk, a little bit of syrup, and the coffee itself, then I like the flavor of the coffee. Like the actual flavor of the espresso, I like that flavor, but I don't like that flavor by itself. I guess is the best way to put it.
It has to be like part of several flavors.
Yes, exactly.
It plays a role.
If there's a hint of it, I like having that hint there, but not as the only flavor.
Yeah.
But I don't drink shit coffee anymore. I have... as a wedding present, actually, we got a super fancy, I can't think of the brand right now, but it's like one of those big espresso makers where you can make a actual, just like regular cup of basically drip coffee, or you can get the shots of espresso. And I'll usually make myself Americanos using the shots, and I'll do like 3 shots per.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, doesn't really apply because my coffee's not shit.
Yeah, that question ended up being for me.
I guess so. How the tables have turned. If you could only eat one source of protein for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Beef. Not even a hard choice.
That was a fast answer.
Burgers and steak? Forget about it. Sorry, chicken. I love you so much.
Yeah.
But
think about it, though, because if you could only eat one source of protein for the rest of your life, whatever that is, you're going to start to get sick of. So do you want to sacrifice?
I will never, ever, ever get sick of burgers and steak.
I mean,
I've made it 33 years, and every night I'm like, you know what sounds good? A burger.
True.
Every night.
True.
It is my number one craving. And, like, you can still get really lean beef. You can get lean cuts for steak. You can, like... It doesn't have to be just a red meat nightmare all the time.
Yeah. That's a really tough choice.
Also, like, if you were to say fish, do you have to pick a kind of fish?
Probably. Actually, yeah, let's be really specific. So you can only pick ground beef or steak.
Ground beef.
Okay.
Because I can make tacos with that. I can do all kinds of stuff.
That's
like
true.
It's a versatile.
That is super versatile.
You're gonna make ground salmon.
It's true. I'm gonna maybe go with steak for all the same reasons.
Steak sandwich, steak
tacos,
tips, steak tacos,
just steak,
shredded steak,
good steak by itself. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to eat only one source of protein for the rest of my life.
I really don't.
That sounds like hell. But if I had to pick, I guess probably steak.
Yeah.
It's what I would probably get sick of the slowest. I would still probably get sick of it, not gonna lie, but it would take a lot longer than like straight just chicken breast.
Yeah.
Or even fish.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I get sick of straight up chicken breast like once a week.
Yeah.
Like, Monday, this is really good. And by Wednesday, I'm like, ugh, this again?
Exactly. It does not take long. Chicken thighs I could do for a long while.
Thighs are very good.
Even skinless, boneless, like just a plain thigh.
The higher fat content in that is so worth it.
So worth it. And it's not astronomically high.
No.
It's really not. I would still consider it a lean source of protein.
Definitely.
As a whole. but the flavor difference is astronomical.
Yeah. Like night and day, apples and oranges.
And day, yeah.
Like, not the same bird almost.
Exactly. Is it the same species?
It's like, I feel like it's different.
I feel like it's a different animal. Sweet potatoes or rice?
Sweet potatoes.
Dude, I'm going rice. Let me tell you why.
They're both good. I'm not going to lie.
So back in my bodybuilding days, sweet potatoes were like my only source of carbs for a really long time. I don't know why I did that to myself, but I would eat like 2 of the massive, I don't know if maybe they're technically yams, like the really big ones. Mm-hmm. I would eat 2 to 3 of them every day.
It's a lot.
And I got so sick of them. I would cook them in the microwave, and I wouldn't season them. I would just dump like a little bit of ketchup and
just the old slather it in a condiment kind of.
Oh, I got real sick of that, and now I don't think I could even eat. I mean, I do eat sweet potatoes with Thanksgiving still, but that's just such a different flavor profile. I don't know.
I say sweet potatoes so quickly because my wife makes. First of all, she's a phenomenal cook across the board.
Nice.
But she makes these sweet potatoes, dude. She like bakes them, and there's like a little bit of cinnamon, and like it's like eating candy.
Yeah. See, those kind of sweet potatoes I like. Yeah. I do. My wife also makes sweet potatoes, actually. Yeah. That's what we bring to Thanksgiving every year. And yeah, they're like candied, and she does the marshmallows, which I didn't used to like, but she does it in such a way that I really like it.
Nice.
So I see your point there. Yeah. I see why you want.
I mean, I'll be honest and tell you that rice would go with most things.
Yes.
It's an easy one to throw in there.
And do you really want all of your carbs to taste like candy?
No.
You know?
Probably not.
I don't know. Maybe.
But I mean, I could eat those.
Yeah.
Till I just keeled over. So
that's fair. That's fair. At least rice kind of takes on the flavor of whatever.
That's true.
Throw some sauce on it. If you put anything
with it, you just mix it up and.
Yeah, exactly. How much water do you drink and why?
So there are 2 ways that we go about this. For clients who have trouble drinking a lot of water, and occasionally when I'm in a spell where I'm not drinking enough water, I'll do the same thing. Your body weight divided by 2, that's how many ounces you need per day, plus 8 more ounces for every hour of activity, like exercise activity.
Nice.
But mostly, like, I just have this giant, it's a 48-ounce water bottle. I try to go through 1 or 2 of these a day, and if I'm thirsty, I need water. If I'm hungry, I drink something first. Yeah. Drink some water first, and then that's pretty much it. Nice. Like, I just go off of thirst.
Yeah, I have a giant propane tank looking water bottle that is a full gallon, and I will generally drink whole one per day. Mm-hmm. But same sort of system. Like, I just sort of drink instinctively. Like you said, sometimes clients when starting out, or if you're just struggling to consistently get in water, you do need to track your ounces. Mm-hmm. But once you sort of get used to how it feels to be hydrated, then you can just sort of feel it out.
Yeah.
Which is what I do.
You don't want to be dehydrated again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like once you've felt what it's like to be hydrated and functioning well, it's like you don't want to turn around and go back.
It's also really easy to recognize when you're going the other direction at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say most days probably a gallon for me.
Nice.
Which would be about half my body weight in ounces. Yeah. Or just a hair above. Okay. Would you rather... I love this
these.
I love this question. Would you rather sit in a car for 14 hours without AC? I'm assuming it's hot outside. Or shit yourself deadlifting in public? This is a clear answer for me, but I want to hear from you first.
This is a harder decision than anyone would think it would be, because one is absolutely humiliating and the other is private. But I really, really hate being too hot in my car. I'd probably still choose sitting in the car without AC, and I would assume that this isn't a lethal temperature that I'm dealing with.
Right. Yeah, because 14 hours,
I would rather shit myself in public than die. Like, that's a no-brainer.
I'm shitting myself deadlifting. I've done that before. It's not that serious.
Powerlifting life, man.
I mean,
it's not like people like are watching and waiting for something embarrassing to happen.
And it's like, I don't think anyone has ever been aware of it happening because, you know, I'm pretty quick to then go handle the issue privately.
Yeah, like, oh, workout's over. I'm going to go shower like I've never showered before.
Before there's a detectable, you know, smell or any other evidence.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The embarrassment is really minor. It's gross, but I'm not sitting in a hot car without AC for 14 hours.
Is a long time.
A long time, dude.
If it was like 2 hours, I'd still be like, yeah, one way or the other.
Yeah.
And like,
14 hours, dude. That'd be like...
I think that's because I've never shit myself deadlifting in public.
See, once
I assumed the worst case, like high school nightmare scenario, dude, which is not real.
Once you rip the Band-Aid off, it's just not that big a deal.
Once you're in the club, man.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like you get exposed to it enough, you're not afraid of it anymore, you know? But that'd be like driving to California with no air conditioning in a hot car. I can't do that. I would die.
It doesn't say you can't roll the windows down.
I mean, that's true.
I'll just get on the freeway, roll the windows down, and I'll be cold.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still going to shit myself in public.
You know what, man? Do you?
I'm doubling down.
I'm doubling down. I know what I said.
I meant every word. Favorite color?
You know, for the longest time, I didn't have one.
Uh-huh.
And people thought that was weird. So I've just been saying blue.
Dude, it's not weird. It's weird to have a favorite color.
Right? Because we're like grown-ass people now.
Weird. It's weird to be an adult and see a color and be like, oh, yeah.
That's my one.
That's my
favorite shade of all the shades in the entire world.
It really, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Like, in high school was when people would be like, "What's your favorite?" Or like you go on first dates and stuff, and people don't know what questions to ask. Yeah. Like in college, and be like, "So do you have a favorite color?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
They'd be like, "But what's your favorite season?" And I'm like, "Baseball." And they're like, "Okay, you're one of those. We can stop this right now." But I thought like being a grown ass man that has a favorite color.
It's kind of weird.
I don't have a favorite Power Ranger anymore. I would have a favorite color.
It's kind of weird. I mean. So I always equate it to like colors that I choose to wear, which is usually black.
I wear a lot of black.
Yeah.
And I wear a decent amount of blue. Yeah. Because I have very blue eyes. And
oh, I've noticed.
It matches. Oh, Neil.
I mean, yeah, my wardrobe is pretty much black, white, gray.
Dude, but that's the thing about being a guy, though, too, is we can keep it pretty simple. Yeah. And everything ends up looking fine together. Yeah. And it's pretty classic and never changes.
What's your wife's favorite color?
Today? God, I don't even know. She looks good in everything, though. Nice. Like, there's really not a color that, like, she worries about some colors washing her out, and I don't think they do. I think she looks phenomenal all the time.
Nice. Aw.
Yeah, well, I kind of like her a lot.
Does she listen to our podcast?
I don't know.
My wife...
I think she's worried that she's going to listen to me talk about things and I'll sound like an idiot. And I get that.
My wife straight up hates podcasts. So probably not. Probably not. Dude, so when I get in my truck and start it, my phone will automatically hook to the Bluetooth, and it will, like, if I have Spotify open in the background, it will automatically start whatever was playing on my Spotify. Yeah. And more often than not, it's podcasts that I'm partway through. And whenever that starts, when my wife is in the car, she's like, how do you just listen to people talk?
Like, they give me good info. I like what they have to say.
Exactly.
Dude, if we started a true crime podcast, she would absolutely listen to that. She loves those.
Mine probably would too. Actually.
So, just like, oh my God, I'm listening to this podcast about this serial killer. And I'm like, oh God.
I don't know. What is it about the true crime thing, man?
I don't know.
That's hugely popular.
Dude,
right
that's one of those things where, like, it's the same reason that I don't check in on the news like all day, every day. So I'm just like, the world can be a very horrible place if you only look at the horrible things. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing and the things that I like and what makes me feel fulfilled and happy. And I try not to look at too much of this stuff, reality TV, things like that.
it can get to be, especially reality TV, can get to be such a source of negativity.
Bro.
And most of it is people arguing, which just stresses me out.
And like the other thing is, I get very judgmental watching those, and then I start to feel like a garbage person for completely judging these people whose lives are being shown to me however a producer wants to show it.
Sure, fair.
It's like we were watching Guilty Pleasure and 90 Day Fiancé, and I'm just like, oh my God, these people. And I'm like, dude, but have I not ever like been in love with somebody and been like, no, I don't want to call this off. There's so many good things about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just not seeing any of that because the producers want me to go, oh, these people are garbage. This is a horrible decision.
True. It feels, that's part why I don't like it too, is it's very easy to sniff out the agenda of these shows.
Yeah. Drama.
I don't like it.
So it really, like, it's not the show's problem. It's not, I'm going to say society should stop doing that or anything. Yeah. Because some people can consume that stuff without it bringing out the worst version of themselves. And I just can't do that. I'm a horrible person when I watch that stuff. So the less time I can spend doing that, the better it is for everyone.
I'm right there with you, man. 90 Day Fiancé is an amazing show, by the way. Just so ridiculous. I can't even believe it.
It's just hope springs eternal on that show.
It really does. Oh, it really does. I feel really sorry for all the idiots like being played.
For real. There's that. I also feel bad that this is like a really hard time in all those people's lives, whether it's true love or not, and you have to do it on camera for everyone to judge you.
How weird.
Yeah.
Dude, how weird. We're going off on a long tangent.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
dude, how weird is like The Bachelor? When you really think about it.
Is there any other situation on earth where you would be okay with someone also dating 29 other people simultaneously?
Right. And they always, in that show, they always show the parents, like when they go Hometowns Week. So sad that I know that.
Dude, we've all watched it. There's no shame.
When they go to the parents and the dad is always like, I don't know about this guy. And you're like, the show tries to make you feel like the parents are the unreasonable ones.
Yeah.
I feel like. But really, it's like, oh, of course.
He's known 30 people for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And now you're showing up here and he's like, well, what's going on with these other relationships? And they want you to go, that's none of your business. But it's like, no, it kind of is though, because he only has the one daughter to worry about.
Super weird. Yeah.
And like,
and at that point, usually it's like what, top 3 or something?
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
it's weird.
Has he told you that he loves you yet? Because that's usually important in these conversations. She's like, no, the show's not that far along yet. And it's like, what?
That's next week.
You're asking for my blessing for a thing that's just like, oh, next week he's going to start telling people he loves them.
Dude, so weird. All right. Anyway, back to. Do you remember what the question was? The question was, "What's your favorite color?" All right.
Oh, we gave a lot of insight on that one.
We sure.
Do you want to do just one more and then wrap this guy up?
Yeah, I think that's a good call. We'll definitely do more of these Q&As in the future because this is a blast. But yeah, let's close out. Is it true you can't make your wrist bigger? Yes. Let's pick another one.
Yeah. There's fat gain to make your wrists bigger.
Oh, that's true.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to eat in a calorie surplus for a while.
Yeah. Let's pick one more. Ooh, this is a good one. What kind of foods do you crave?
Bacon cheeseburgers. All day, every day.
I'm sensing a trend here.
Dude, it's a thing. I live with it. And this is my life, is just constantly wondering where the next burger will be.
Nice. Dude, I do not really crave foods. It drives my wife absolutely crazy because she has the most specific cravings out of anyone I've ever met, where she will one day go, I'm really craving this specific crispy chicken sandwich from this specific restaurant with this specific amount of this sauce on it. That's what I'm craving today. And I'm so far the opposite. Like,
dude, that sounds like the perfect match though. Cause then whatever she's craving, you're like, cool.
That's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes. Because Yeah, she will ask me what sounds good for dinner. And really, we just have to get through the pleasantries of me going, I don't really care. And then she tells me what she's really craving. And it's always fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't really have a preference either way. I don't know. It's food. I think that comes from years of eating so much food to try to get bigger.
Yeah. Just get it down. Just get it down.
At this point, it's like, it's just food.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm really not that picky either. I am definitely that guy where if I order something at a restaurant and they bring it to me and it's wrong, I'm like, all right.
See, I'm that guy too.
Yeah.
Like if they bring it to me and it's still something that I would eat, then I won't even say anything.
No.
I'll straight up just eat it.
If I order chicken tacos and I get beef tacos, I'm like,
score.
Cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I get tacos, so
I'll probably like this better anyway.
Yeah. I ordered sweet potato fries. I get mashed potatoes. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, exactly. I will say I do have a sweet tooth, so I guess if I had to answer this question, the answer would probably be chocolate chip cookies. Because,
dude, the classic.
I don't know if it's so much a craving as just a constant longing.
You made that sound so much more dramatic. Just a constant longing.
Where at literally any point on any given day, I could throw down on some cookies. But it's not like I'll be walking around in the world and suddenly go, oh, I'm really craving this.
Right. But if there's a plate of cookies, it is now your plate of cookies.
It's getting devoured every single time.
I'm that way with deviled eggs.
Okay. I'm actually a pretty big fan of deviled eggs as well.
Yeah. My grandma used to make a whole plate just for me for family functions.
Nice.
She'd have one for everybody and then one for me.
Dude, that's like a grandma criteria. She's got to be able to make some killer deviled eggs.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Guaranteed. All right, dude.
That's a fun one.
That was a fun one.
I like that.
I like that too.
Squeeze The Bachelor in there.
We didn't even get through them all, so we can definitely do another full episode.
But keep sending them in. Keep sending in questions. This is probably a fairly even split of fitness and non-fitness questions.
Yeah.
And
let's keep that going.
We are fine with that. We like that split. So if you guys like this, send more questions in. Also, please like, review, share, comment. Take a screenshot of this podcast screen and share it on social media.
Yes, please.
As you know, these Q&As come up once in a while, but most of the time it is just straight down to business with actionable fitness advice. So we want to keep as many people benefiting from this with every episode as possible.
Absolutely.
That is it for Big Freakin' Neil and Health Coach Kane on the Big Freakin' Health Coach podcast. We will catch you guys next time.